Hello everyone. Today we are going to see a different case studies based on joins. So we also have another popular type of join called as outer joins, which has got left outer join, full outer join, right outer joins, and we will cover the case studies for such queries which has got outer join condition and how to tackle such queries with respect to SQL tuning. I will just quickly recap how we usually deal with joins. So this is a select query. Select e dot first name, e dot last name from employees e comma departments t. So that means employees and departments are joined together, and the join condition between them is the departments table. Now what happens in such cases is when there is no other where clause predicate and only the join condition predicate, Oracle will scan all the department IDs from the departments table, all the department ID from the employees table, and then do a join operation. And whichever row matches based on the join condition, only those rows will be qualified. So in this case, you have got 106 rows selected, correct? And this is the execution plan. So it does a full fast scan on the departments table for the department ID. Then it did a full fast scan on the employees table. And then they did a join operation between them, right? And the result is 106 rows. So this is a general scenario in terms of a inner join condition or a normal join condition, what we say. Now, for example, now in this case, what happened is only the matching conditions or the matching department IDs from both the tables will be joined together. But there may be scenarios in which you want to get those results for which there is no matching condition. For example, if there is a department ID, say 100, which is not existing in the department ID for the employees table, you still want to populate that result, right? So in such cases, we use a outer join condition. So outer join condition will be applicable in those cases if you want to display the result of the matching rows as well as the unmatched rows from one of the table, right? Now let's see the second case. Now in this case, what has happened is I put a right outer join. That means this outer join is also identical by putting a plus sign. Okay, if you put a plus sign here, then the other side of the equal to operator is termed as the right side. So since the plus is on this side, the employees is right outer joined with the departments table. Now what happens in right outer join is the all the rows on the opposite side of the plus operator, whether they are matched or unmatched with respect to the department ID of the departments table, will still be displayed. That means all the rows of the employees table is definitely going to come, provided there is no other filter condition here, right? In this case, there is only join condition. So with respect to this join, all the matched rows of the department ID with respect to the departments table will be coming as the output, plus the unmatched rows of the department ID from the employees is also going to populate, right? And you see the result is 108 rows, and employees table is having exactly 108 rows. That means the matched rows as well as the unmatched rows, or in simple words, all the rows of the employees table is going to come as part of the output, provided there is no other where clause predicate, right? Now this is a general thing. In this case, there is nothing you can do to tune further, right? Because obviously all the rows of employees table are expected to come. So there's not much of a tuning scope here. And if you see the plan, it has did a full table scan on the employees. So in order to further minimize the cost, you can make use of the index on the department ID table of the employees, department ID column of the employees table with respect to a index fast full scan, and then do a join operation. So in this case, of course, full table scan will prove to be beneficial because there are other columns of the employees which we are interested in, that is first name and the last name, right? So that's why the full table scan will prove beneficial here in this case. Now let us see a third example of the case study. Same right outer join, right? But I have put one extra where clause predicate. Now in such cases, how do you actually tackle the queries? There's one filter condition here for the departments table, that is department ID is equal to 80 and department ID is the primary key. So that means only one row will get qualified, right? So that one row will come here. So according to the fundamental approach for query tuning, we should start with such a column in the where part of the clause, which is going to give me less number of rows and then go for the join operation. So I start with d.department is equal to 80 and I got one row, and this one row will come here and will do a join with the employees table on the department ID column. Now the result is 34 rows. The reason because in the employees table, department ID is not a foreign key or a primary key, correct? So department ID is equal to 80 has 34 occurrences in the employees table, and that's why you get a 34 rows selected. So when you deal with the right outer join, what I was trying to say is you start with such a column or you access those tables, right, which has got the plus operator with its join condition. So I should be actually accessing the departments table first rather than the employees table. Why? Because if I access the departments table first and then do a join operation here, right? For example, I have one row after I select the department is equal to 80. If this one row, that is department is equal to 80, is matching with the employees, then only the result will come. If this department ID is equal to 80 doesn't match with the department ID of the employees table, that is 80, there won't be any rows selected. Correct? So that's why when you have a plus sign with the join condition, that is nothing but your right outer join. You start with such a column or you access such a table which has got plus sign with it, right? So accessing with the department ID will prove beneficial. So if you see the plan, this is the first operation which is going to execute. Department ID is equal to PK and department ID 80 will get accessed, right? So it has actually accessed the departments table first and then did the join operation with the employees table. So this is the actual trick with respect to the right outer join. So whichever column is having a plus sign, you access that table first, provided that definitely the where clause predicate is calling to qualify for less number of rows. So in this case, it has proved beneficial to start with the same, to access the same table which has got the plus sign operator, so that only the matching rows with the employees table should come. Now let's see a fourth case study where we actually reverse the case. It's the same query, join again between the department and the employees table. Again, it's a right outer join. And instead of the where clause predicate for the departments table, I have put the where clause predicate for the employees table greater than employee ID greater than 0 and e dot last name is equal to test. Now again, I will apply the fundamental approach for query tuning. Now, like I said in the previous case study, I should be accessing the departments table first, right, with minimum number of rows. Now, if I start with department ID first, I have to access the entire departments table, correct? Which is going to give me whole scan of the departments table. But I see there is a where clause predicate on the employees. So e dot employee is greater than 0 is going to qualify for the all the rows of the employees table. So that is not a good column to start with. And e dot last name is equal to test qualifies for only one row. There's only one employee whose last name is test. So I can access the employees table with the last name is equal to test and I'm getting one row. This one row will come here and will do a join operation with the department ID of the departments table. Now this is the output. Do you see? It's null. The first name and the department ID is null because there is no such entry for the employee whose last name is test matching with the department ID of the departments table. So what does this mean? This means that this is a right outer join and have a access the employees table first. Now this row don't have a matching entry with the departments table. That's why this is an unmatched row, and since this is a right outer join, that unmatched row has also listed out as part of the output. So this case study clearly says that whenever there is a right outer join condition, access that table first with which the plus operator is associated with, provided definitely that same table should be accessed with least number of rows. In this case, this was definitely not possible because all the rows of the department ID has to be scanned and then only the matching row will come with respect to the employees table and then the filter will be applied and only one test row will be qualified. So in this case, definitely going with the employees access was better because there is no filter predicate or better where clause predicate for the departments table. Summarize this right outer join condition. Whenever you see such a queries, access those table first with which the plus operator is associated with and then go with the join operation. So I hope you find my case study interesting, and if you have any suggestion or comments, with respect to this case study or for any other, please feel free to share your comments and don't forget to click on the subscribe and the like button below. Thank you so much.